I'm back out on the bike, and I'm going to make a video of a ride up to the villas. I'm on Lincoln Boulevard now, just passing the entrance to the Cape May Lewis Ferry, as you can see. I talked a few days ago, or half a week or so ago, that I wanted to take a ride up and record some footage riding through the villas. And I think my wife and I are probably going to be heading back up to Pennsylvania tomorrow. So I thought this would be a good time to get out on the bike and take a ride. It's, as you can see, it's a little overcast, but it's still a nice day. Nice day for a ride. It's not too warm. So I decided to use this opportunity to make that video that I talked about. I'm starting this ride on, as I said, on Lincoln Boulevard. I'm coming up at the intersection of Lincoln Boulevard and Beach Drive, where I started the video a while ago on my ride around Lower Township in North Cape May. And I only am doing this because I never miss an opportunity to take a ride along the bay. I think it's beautiful here, and I enjoy it, so I didn't really need to record another video of a ride along the bay, but why not? The Villas is a little community north of Town Bank, historic Town Bank. I made a video last week of a ride through historic Town Bank. If you're coming up from Cape May Point, where Cape May Point is where the Atlantic Ocean, the southernmost part of the state of New Jersey, where the Atlantic Ocean and the Delaware Bay meet. If you're coming up the Delaware Bay from Cape May Point, you come first to an area referred to as Higbee Beach. That's part of Lower Township. Then you get to the canal where the Cape May Lewis Ferry departs. And on the other side of the canal, you're in North Cape May. As you come up through North Cape May, which is where I am at the moment, once you get to the other side of Town Bank Road, you're in what is referred to as historic Town Bank. And then north of Town Bank is what is referred to as the Villas. Some people refer to it as the Wildwood Villas. But it's about 4 square miles in geography and landmass, and it has a population of, a guy just took a tumble on his bicycle. It's about 4 square miles and has a population of between 9 and 10,000 people. Interestingly, the median age of residents in the villas is somewhat younger than North Cape May. I think the average or the median age in North Cape May is about 49 years, and the median age up in the villas is about 42. So it's a little bit younger of a population up there. And here you can see the sign, Historic Town Bank, established 1635, and now I'm in Town Bank. I think the makeup of the population in the villas is, as I said, it's a somewhat younger population than North Cape May is. It's split almost evenly between men and women. I think the racial makeup, I guess, just to mention that, since that seems to be such such a topic these days. The racial makeup it's overwhelmingly a Caucasian community, well over 90%. I think the other thing that is a bit sort of worth mentioning, if you're talking about the villas, is the median household income in the villas is considerably lower than that of North Cape May or Cape May Point or Cape May. The last time I looked, the median household income in the villas was, I think, about $38,000 or so, whereas in North Cape May it's about $59,000. And as you would suspect, with the lower median household income, the median home prices are somewhat more affordable than communities that are on one of the barrier islands. But despite the the lower household income, which sometimes people can look down upon, I think the people that we have met in the villas are salt of the earth people. My wife and I, when we're down here, we attend church up in the villas. We go to St. Raymond's, and I'll take a ride past that. And the people that we have met, that for the most part live in the villas, are really good people. And it's interesting when you go to Mass there and you look at the kind of contributions that these people make. It says something about the heart of the people that live in the villas. So I'm in the villas now. And the same way that, home prices vary when you leave the barrier island and cross the canal from West Cape May into North Cape May, the same can be said when you cross into the villas from historic Town Bank. Prices of homes, even though for all intents and purposes, there's really no difference between a home in Town Bank and a home in the villas. Homes here are sold for somewhat less. And I don't have any particular agenda here. I'm just sort of riding through the villas just to capture this community. And there's some very nice homes, as you can see, especially some of these homes that have been built up along the Delaware Bay. As you'll see on this ride, are beautiful homes, absolutely beautiful homes, with beautiful views of the sunset over the Delaware Bay. Certainly homes, the homes along the bay, I could not afford to live in. All of these homes on the left that I'm looking at as I'm riding down Shore Road, every one of them fronts the beach of the Delaware Bay, and these people can just every single evening have a spectacular view of beautiful sunsets. Some of these homes, people would not think of as would be the typical home that would be in your mind when you think about a home in the villas. The villas generally, the southernmost part of the villas is just north of Town Bank, just beyond Cox Creek Park, and it ends on the northern end at Fishing Creek Village. And on the, I guess the west side, it's bordered by the Delaware Bay, and Bayshore Road runs right through the heart of it. I guess I'll take a right-hand turn up here and go up Bayshore Drive. But you can see some of these homes. They're beautiful homes. Of course, these are not the typical villas home because they're homes that front the Delaware Bay. But it's always been amazing to me the power of branding from all my years in business. I know that people will pay considerably more money simply for a brand. Earlier in my career, I saw that firsthand where the exact same product would be made on the exact same piece of equipment using the exact same material, made by the exact same workforce, and the last thing that would happen in the production process would be the placement of a brand name on the product, and this company would be able to charge about 20% more by placing a sticker of a more high price positioned brand on the product than the more sort of value brand. And individuals would be willing to pay that, and they would be convinced that they are getting better quality because they're paying more, when in reality, other than the sticker that was placed on it, it was the exact same product. And I think that's true in many consumer products. I know years ago, my wife and I used to only buy compact computers, thinking that we were getting good quality product if we bought something that had the compact logo on it. Never sort of really appreciating the fact that the same exact components were in a compact that were in Dell computers or other computers that were far more inexpensive. And I guess the corollary to that is home prices. People will pay a lot more in the value of a home simply by virtue of the mailing address. Now, I understand the reason why a home that is within walking distance of the beach in the Atlantic Ocean would be worth a lot more than a home that is not within walking distance. But once you are far enough away from, this is, by the way, off to my right is the senior center, then the next building there is the township building, and right across the left you can see is the Lower Cape May Regional Library. My wife and I are members of that library. But it's once you're far enough away from walking to the beach, you're talking about having to get in your car and drive to the beach anyway. But still, people will pay significantly more money to live on the other side of the canal and on the island. This place is Fish and Fancy. It's a takeout seafood place. My wife and I frequent that every once in a while. It's open through the year. I'm on Bayshore Road now, driving up through the villas. And there's some nice restaurants here in the villas. This place on the right is the Villas Diner, and this is a place that my wife and I and my father-in-law would come every Sunday morning prior to COVID after Mass. We would go to Mass up in the villas at St. Raymond's at 8 o'clock, and we would stop at the Villas Diner every Sunday. And it's like a diner in Philadelphia. It's you know, typically what you would expect. This place here, Olive Branch, we went there for dinner about a week or so ago, and it is a Greek restaurant. It's the first year that it's been opened. It used to be, I think, called Back Street Cafe, or yeah, I think Back Bay Bistro or something like that. And they closed down, and it's now a new restaurant, Olive Branch, and it has Greek cuisine, and it is the same chef that used to be at Pier House over in Cape May. So we've dined at Pier House in Cape May. As a matter of fact, my wife and I have dined, I think, at almost every restaurant in Cape May, and you know, the quality of the food at Olive Branch is outstanding in my opinion, and you would expect it to be, because it's the same chef that used to cook at Pier House over in Cape May. As I said, if you are interested in Greek cuisine, it is worth the trip to come over to the villas to dine at Olive Branch. Further up here, a couple other places that my wife and I would frequent. One would be Geis's Market. It's an outstanding butcher. It's much better meats than you would find in an Acme or a ShopRite. It's right here on the left. And we go to butchers up in outside of Philadelphia. This Geis's Market is as good as any butcher that we frequent up in Montgomery County in Pennsylvania. Another place coming up on my left is Jake's. This is a place that my wife likes to come to for their hot roast beef sandwiches. It has a lot of bar food and stuff, and steaks and things like that, but my wife particularly likes their hot roast beef sandwiches. She thinks it's the best in anywhere down here. Coming up on the right, oh, this Blitz's Market right here, I'll mention that in a second, and this is St. Raymond's Church. This is where my wife and I come to every Sunday. But getting back to Blitz's Market, I think the interesting thing about Blitz's is that, if I'm not mistaken, it was the location that in 2000, I guess I'm going back to 2007, sold a Mega Millions lottery ticket to a disabled veteran down here. So I'm coming up sort of towards the end of the villas. So I'm going to make a left up here where I can and head back down to the bay. So I'm at the northern end of the villas now. And again, I think you can see that these are very nice homes. In my opinion, anyway. I think they're very nice. And as with everything, it's all about value for the dollar. And yeah, you can get much bigger homes over in Cape May or in other places, but for the value, I think they're outstanding. I'm just going to make a quick turn here just to show. It looks like it's low tide. You can see some sandbars out there. And I think I may have mentioned it if I didn't. The Villas is part of Lower Township. It's sort of one of those unincorporated census areas. It's not incorporated like Cape May Point is with its own police department. It's part of Lower Township, similar to North Cape May. Like a yard sale there. My wife would almost every week go to yard sales down here on Fridays and Saturdays, but with coronavirus, she has pretty much ceased attending any yard sales. And I guess the quantity of yard sales has also gone down significantly. This is the Villas Fishing Club. think what's perhaps a little apparent is the level of diversity in some of the homes here. You have some homes that are really large homes, sitting on the beach with outstanding views of sunsets, that is probably out of the reach of most people. And then you have some other homes that are, much more, much more affordable by normal working class people. Not that the people that own those larger homes are not working class people, just a big disparity, I guess, is what I would say. Now the Villas also continues on the other side of Bayshore Road. I don't think I'm going to ride back there. I'm just going to go back up to Bayshore Road. I think I accomplished what I wanted to in this video, what I set out to do, which is to just capture a ride in and around the Villas. So I'm back out on Bayshore Road here. This is the Villas Diner again. We've never been here for lunch or dinner, but so I can't really speak to the quality of that, but I can say that the breakfasts at the Villas Diner are every bit as good as any diner, including the Melrose in Philadelphia on Passyunk Avenue. This is Fish and Fancy, the seafood takeout place that I mentioned earlier in this video. Robinson's Deli right there is a place known for its purportedly the best potato salad down here, and we will actually go there just to pick up potato salad when we're cooking out, Coming up here on the left is the senior center. This is right there is the Lower Cape Senior Center. It's a remarkable program that they have for senior citizens down here that is more than just food, but it's a social thing. But they also will provide a really good meal around noon to senior citizens, free of charge every day. They voluntarily ask for donations, or they ask for voluntary donations, I guess I should say. But it's a good hot meal with 3 courses, an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. And it's healthy. It's put together by nutritionists. But more than that is the social aspects they have of the senior center. Most of the senior citizens go there late morning, well before the lunch is going to be served, and they will sort of gather there for a few hours before and a few hours after the meal. And I think that's a nice thing to do for the seniors down here. To my left, if I turned up this road, it would take me up to the airport. I rode up that road before to show Cape May Brewery, and that'll take you out to Railroad Road and to Route 9 if you wanted to go all the way. Coming up on my right is Legate's Farmers Market. This farmers market is under new ownership this year, or maybe it was last year, and it's owned by the same individual that owns Congress Hall, Curtis Bashaw, who seems to be an individual that generates a lot of debate and discussion down here. But from my perspective, he has done an awful lot for the Cape May community. Everything he touches seems to turn out much better for his having been involved. So now I'm back in North Cape May.